Of course, the UK is safer than most countries. After all, we don't have crocodiles roaming the streets or bears breaking into our homes. But let's not get carried away and start thinking we're living in a utopia. Crime still exists in our fair land, and some areas have a higher crime rate than others. So, if you're feeling adventurous, let's take a peek at the most dangerous cities in England. Who knows, maybe you'll get a thrill out of living on the edge. Coventry is a city located in the West Midlands region of England, with a population of around 320,000 people. But don't be fooled by the size of this quaint little city. When it comes to vehicle crime, possession of weapons, and homicides, Coventry knows how to make a splash. Knife crime, burglaries, and robberies reached a 3-year high in 2022. That's right. Folks, Coventry has made it into the top 10 for these exciting crimes. In fact, according to the prestigious expatriate consultancy, Coventry is one of the most dangerous cities in all of Europe, coming in at a cool number 2 on their list. That's right, we're second to none when it comes to danger and excitement. But wait, don't go calling the West Yorkshire Police just yet to confirm this exciting news. Apparently, they don't recognize this survey data and refuse to accept Coventry's rank. Nottingham, the city that just can't seem to shake its reputation for crime. At least it's third largest in the East Midlands region. So it's got that going for it. Kudos to Nottingham for making progress in reducing its crime rates. Installing CCTV cameras, improving street lighting, and increasing police presence in high-crime areas are all great steps towards making the city safer. And with a 40% reduction in crime since 2002, Nottingham is definitely moving in the right direction. Of course, that doesn't mean it's all sunshine and rainbows in this city. According to recent statistics, Nottingham is still one of the most dangerous cities in England when it comes to homicides, drugs, possession of weapons, shoplifting, and criminal damage and arson. Residents may complain about the constant police presence and cordons, but really, who wouldn't want to live in a city where you have to be constantly vigilant and aware of your surroundings? Southampton, the jewel of Hampshire's south coast. This charming port city of 250,000 people was once the departure point for the Titanic. But that's not all, folks. From good old-fashioned theft to the more exotic drug offenses and public order offenses, there's something for everyone. It's also home to the prestigious titles of Possession of Weapons Capital and Violence and Sexual Offenses Haven. If you're looking for a bit of excitement, just take a stroll through the most deprived areas, where crime has risen by a whopping 7%. Talk about living on the edge. But don't worry, they're making progress in the fight against crime. 12 gang members have been locked up for over 3 decades in total. Looks like the streets will be safe for the next 33 years and 8 months. Welcome to Leicester, where crime is the unofficial pastime. With a population of 330,000, there are plenty of people to commit crimes with. Violent and sexual offenses, burglaries, car theft, you name it, we've got it. We even have a special knife crime collection, perfect for the discerning criminal. And if you're looking for a specific neighborhood to get up to no good in, may we recommend Castle, Wycliffe, or Braunstone Park. Besides, we're pretty sure they're competing to see who can commit the most crimes. But don't worry, the rest of Leicester is doing its best to keep up. The West End, Westcots, Abbey Park, Clarendon Park, and Stonygate South are all hotspots for burglaries, so you won't feel left out. So why settle for a boring, crime-free existence when you could be living it up in Leicester? Middlesbrough. What a town. With a population of 140,000, it's basically a small village that's gone rogue. Known for its industrial heritage and cultural diversity, it also boasts some impressive crime stats. Let's face it, Middlesbrough is up there with the most dangerous cities in England. Homicide, burglary, criminal damage, arson, shoplifting, violence, and sexual offenses. You name it, Middlesbrough's got it all. Middlesbrough is a one-stop shop for all your criminal needs. From drugs to weapons, this town is considered a major hub for both. Yes, you heard that right. And if you're worried about burglaries, don't be. I'm sure the people of Middlesbrough are thrilled to be known as the burglary capital of the UK. Who needs a security system when you've got Middlesbrough's finest criminals looking out for your home? So come on down to Middlesbrough, one of the most dangerous places to live in the UK, where the crime is as diverse as the people. Let's talk about Manchester, the city that's like a little London, but with fewer posh accents and more rain. It's the third largest city in the UK. And with a population of just over 500,000 people, it's not exactly what you'd call a bustling metropolis. But don't let that fool you, folks. Because when it comes to crime, Manchester is giving London a run for its money. In fact, the homicide rate has been on the rise, and Greater Manchester is now nipping at the heels of the capital. And it's not just murder that's keeping the city on its toes. Manchester has also earned itself a spot on the list of the UK's most dangerous places to live, right up there with the likes of Cleveland and West Yorkshire. Congrats, Manchester, you're really killing it. But it's not all bad news. The city is making some serious progress in the drug industry, with a major bust in Tameside, netting over 700 cannabis plants worth a cool $500,000. That's some serious green. Apparently, this organized crime group was involved in some other shady dealings too, like people trafficking. Who knew Manchester had so much entrepreneurial spirit? Finally, Mancunian, how could you let Middlesbrough steal your crown as the burglary capital of the UK? Maybe the people of Manchester just need to be more welcoming to their friendly neighborhood burglars. Bradford is the place to be if you're in the market for some violent and sexual offenses. Who knew that a city with such a diverse population could also top the charts for criminal damage and arson? But don't worry, folks, the police are on the case. Sure, Bradford may have 159 crimes per 1,000 people, but that's just a minor setback in the grand scheme of things. It's not like the city is a complete disaster zone or anything. Oh. Wait, did someone say drugs, prostitution, violent crime, and child grooming gangs? Maybe we spoke too soon. But fear not, because the government's Department of Health and Social Care has come to the rescue with a generous grant of £1.8 million to tackle the local drug and alcohol treatment crisis. And if you're looking for some prime real estate in Bradford, might we suggest the Sunbridge Road area? It's a lovely spot with all sorts of charming activities, like antisocial behavior, drug dealing, the sex trade, stabbing, and drunkenness. Plus, who doesn't love being serenaded by smackheads and drunks at 3 in the morning? Liverpool is a city that boasts a whopping population of over 498,000 residents, making it the 6th largest city in the UK. Liverpool is becoming famous for being one of the most dangerous cities in the UK. Yep, you heard that right. With a crime rate of 141 crimes per 1,000 people, you'd better watch your back if you plan on strolling around these parts. And don't even get me started on the drug scene in Liverpool. It's like the Wild West out here. Organized criminal gangs from Liverpool have even managed to dominate the firearms and drugs trade outside of London. Impressive. But wait, there's more. Liverpool's red light district is a sight to behold, with persistent street prostitution increasing massively in recent years. And you won't believe the prices these girls are offering. Sex for £4 is the harsh reality of life for sex workers in Liverpool. And if you're really on a budget, you might even be able to snag a bargain at £2. All credit goes to competition from Eastern European girls. But let's not forget the real victims in all of this. Most of these sex workers come from broken homes, have suffered domestic violence, and have a long history of drug and alcohol abuse. So, if you're looking for a bit of cheap thrills in Liverpool, just remember the human cost behind it all. Leeds, the city, where danger is always lurking around the corner. With over 800,000 residents, Leeds is the third largest city in the UK, and the second most dangerous city in England. Congratulations to all the loiners. This vibrant city is known for its lively art scene, impressive architecture, and booming economy. But what it's really famous for is its high rate of violence and sexual offenses. Burglary, criminal damage, arson, and public order crimes are all the rage in Leeds. And let's not forget about the 10 most dangerous neighborhoods, where even the pigeons wear stab-proof vests and keep pepper spray. If you're looking for excitement, Leeds city centre is the place to be. It's the most dangerous spot in Yorkshire, and one of the most violent areas in the whole country. In fact, over 10,000 crimes were committed in just one area alone. So if you're feeling lucky, take a stroll down the street and see if you can avoid being mugged, pickpocketed, or worse. But don't worry, the police have got your back. Well, kind of. They describe Leeds as an extremely challenging district for policing, as if that's supposed to make us feel better. And let's not forget about the managed approach, which aimed to make sex work safer for women. However, it was scrapped due to complaints about used condoms littering the streets and school children being approached for sex. Hey, at least they tried. With a population of over 1 million, Birmingham is like London's scrappy younger sibling, not as flashy, but definitely has some street cred. In fact, it's one of the most murderous places in the country. Move over, Jack the Ripper, Birmingham's got its own brand of killer. And it's not just murder, Birmingham's got a whole host of criminal activities under its belt, from possession of weapons to burglary, to robbery, and sexual offenses. It's basically the full criminal buffet. Speaking of burglaries, Birmingham's been named one of the UK's most dangerous places for them. And if you're looking for some excitement, just take a stroll through Aston, Birmingham city centre, Lozells and East Handsworth, Shard End, South Yardley, Stockland Green, or Washwood Heath. They're all hotspots for violent and sexual crimes. It's like a real-life game of Grand Theft Auto, but with higher stakes. And let's not forget about the call girls of Birmingham, who claim to have been attacked, threatened with acid, stalked, and harassed. That's right, over 200 women could be seen online and working across Birmingham at any given time. It's like a veritable red light district up in here. It seems that West Midlands police have been busy cracking down on the county line's drug trade. They managed to nab 110 people and seize a huge haul of Class A drugs, including 760 cannabis plants. It's time for the cops to step up their game and prevent young people from getting sucked into the seedy world of county lines. Sure, the promise of quick cash, street cred, and a sense of belonging may seem enticing, but it's nothing but a one-way ticket to a life of violence, fear, and intimidation. Let's hope the West Midlands police continue to weed out these criminals and bring them to justice. Thanks for visiting our channel. We invest considerable effort and dedication in researching, producing, and presenting content that we believe you'll love. Kindly consider subscribing to our channel to receive early access to our newest videos and updates, and to support us in creating even more exceptional content for you.